Hello, Steve White, Trek Weight 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, I had a really weird experience the second time I saw George Takai. I didn't quite meet him this time. He was doing like a talking event, just an evening with George Takai. It was at, I think, the City Hall in Melbourne. I can't remember there's a place I'd never been to, never even been inside before. Um, um, it was when I was booking the tickets. Um, I wanted to change the ticket for some reason, and the lady I was talking to in customer service was really annoying and aggressive, and petty, and she was just being difficult, and she needed a reason to exchange the tickets or whatever I was trying to do, and he had just he just stepped in some controversy. He'd just done something that got into the news, and I basically said, oh, I was offended by that thing he said, so I want my money back, basically, because she just needed an excuse and nothing I said was good enough. She said, fine then. So she gave me the money back. But then this horrible woman went and logged it in and said that I had made this comment about him as though it was a problem, like I was problematic. I had no idea that she'd done this. She was just really petty and nasty, like a lot of customer service people were. And she made it out like I'd made some sort of threat against him, that I had a problem with what he said, like I was difficult. So then when I went back and booked another ticket, because I can't remember, I wanted a better seat or something, and I'd already bought a seat, and then other ones become available or something like that. And I got the better seat and was in a closer position, but unbeknownst to me, she had like reported me as like to keep an eye on. So when I arrived at the event, when I went to go in, they stopped me at the door, and the security and they took me aside and they said, look, we have it's like on the system that you said this and said that, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, no, I'm a huge fan, I've met him already. This woman was just being really difficult, and she wouldn't give me a refund unless I gave her an excuse, and that was the only thing that she would accept. So I just said, yeah, I was offended by what he said and I don't want to see him. And I wasn't making it up just to get her to put the thing through. Like, I don't have any problem with it. No, God, no. This is just this woman, because I actually said I was going to complain about her, and this is just her getting back at me. And it was a little bit more complicated, and I can't remember the specifics. But I said, no, I said this, and she did this, and they actually could see something that I said actually proved what I was saying, and they looked at it and said, oh, okay, yeah, we can, oh, okay, okay, we see what happened. Okay, you can go in. But just be on your best behaviour. We'll be watching you. And they were. I was very conscious of the fact that they were watching me the whole time. And I was sitting there because I was about 2 rows from the front or something. So I was going to be some crazy person and rush the stage or something. I wouldn't have had far to go, but they were watching me the whole time. And when George was sort of talking afterwards, I just felt like I couldn't sort of stand up or talk to him or anything. I didn't say much, And I was talking to Brad, though, because Brad was sort of in the audience and hanging out. And I think he remembered me from the other convention and we're just chatting and that. And he was really nice. And I think I said hello to George, but that was it. So I didn't really get to meet him or hang out from that time or anything like that. It wasn't like the first time where there was a lot of time to talk, and it was very casual and that. This was more formal and weird. And yeah. And it was introduced by an Asian comedian, that a Melbourne one that I had an awkward moment as well, because I'd always wanted to meet him as well. And when I was in the bathroom, he came in to go to the bathroom before the event, because it was just before the event. And I'm like, oh God, I want to say hello to him. And I'm like, don't be that guy. Don't be the guy who goes up to the celebrity in the bathroom and tries to talk to them or get a selfie or an autograph or something crazy like that. Don't do it. And he's standing at the sinks washing his hands next to me, and I'm like, don't say anything. Just let him go. He's got a show to do. He's hosting this show, and he's got to do his talk and all that. And he had like a Star Trek T-shirt he put on. And he had a phaser he practically held the wrong way, and because he wasn't a real Trekkie, but he really was a fan of George when he was growing up. And I'm blanking on his name. I want to say Ben Lee, but it wasn't Ben Lee. That's another actor. Benjamin Law. See, BL, Benjamin Law. So I'd always wanted to meet him because he was fairly prominent, And I did actually see him another time just after I watched his show. He had a show on SBS about when he was growing up, and I just watched both seasons on DVD. I went to the city and I got off and I was just walking down, and he was walking exactly down the same path. He was in town for something. He was walking exactly the same way as me. And I'm like, oh, I feel like I was meant to meet him. I just watched his show. Like, I should say something to him. I didn't because he had his headphones in. I'm like, he's just being a regular person. He doesn't want to be bothered. So I just kept walking, and he stopped at his tram stop. I'm like, damn it, I wish I'd talked to him this time. Twice now I've almost met him. I'll meet him one day. But so that's my story, my second George Takei story, where I was like a flight risk basically at this event thanks to this troll customer service lady who it was funny in the end. But I'm gonna go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.